Today's review will be on the Mezco Toyz Mossquatch exclusive figure with Hazard Squad Adventure Pack. Looking at the picture on the box, and it becomes apparent that this figure is based on two things, one of which is in his name alone, the word Moss. And I'm not talking about Llewellyn Moss from No Country for Old Men. No, I'm talking about the old vintage Masters of the Universe, a Moss Man figure. And that figure was known for one thing, being flocked. And this figure of the Mossquatch is also flocked. They are both fuzzy flocked figures, and whenever I see a fuzzy flocked figure, I always look at my collection and then tell my wallet one thing.
They're flocking this way.
And you just know a figure's gonna be good when even the box is flocked. Now, fuzzy flockness and Moss Man comparisons out of the way, this figure is also based on another existing character, the Marvel Comics Man-Thing. And if you can't look at this art on the front of the box and see a direct connection to Man-Thing issue number 1 that came out in 1974, well, I don't know what to tell you. But you know what, Marvel? Don't sue them, because as they say, imitation is the most sincerest form of flattery. Both sides of the box have the same picture, although mirrored on either side. Now you've got a picture of the Mossquatch leaping out of the shadows directly after you. Looking at the back of the box, and it's the exact same picture as the front of the box, although this time in a Swamp Thing green color. And you know what? That's pretty awesome, and I love those yellow eyes. Now, even though this is an exclusive figure, there's no exclusive Mezco sticker to be seen anywhere on this box, which is strange because I thought all their boxes included that sticker. Now, aside from this really awesome art here on the front and on the side, this is all that exists on the box. There is nothing else. And you know what? No complaints there. This looks awesome. And I really love the fact that they flocked the Mossquatch name on the front, on the back, and on the top of the box. That is awesome. So I say we waste no more time, and I say we open it! So, here's the Mossquatch fresh out of the package, still in his plastic tray, and oh man, is he awesome. And I'm not gonna lie, when I opened up the flap of the box, the first thing I did was sniff it, because I thought for sure he'd smell like pine, but nope, he just smells like an action figure. But man, he's heavy. Look at what he's doing to this tray. He's crushing it, man. But you know what? That is awesome. Now, as you can see, he's got a few accessories there. It looks like this is just a net, but it's actually a crossbody equipment sling and a rifle holster. And over here, it's the rifle. And he's supposed to have 2 magazines, but it only looks like 1. I don't know, maybe it's 2 there. But man, he looks so cool. So let's pull him out of the package and check him out. So, here's the Mossquatch fresh out of the package, and man, that flocking looks good. But once you take it out of the package, it's saying one thing.
Let the games begin.
Because the minute that you open this figure, not only does the figure look flocked, but so does anything that's around the figure. But honestly, that was to be expected, and you know what? It's well worth it because this figure looks awesome. Just look at those teeth. Man, that's right out of Creepshow. Don't open up that crate because this guy's inside there. And man, look at those Sith eyes. That is so awesome. Now, the design on his head, you know how those vines are kind of growing out of his head and he's got that really cool, I don't know, Fu Manchu mustache? Yeah, you know I like that. But just looking at it like this, it looks like either a facehugger's on his face, grabbing his face, or maybe a Starro, I don't know, is on his face. And like Starro, that's something, you know, everybody knows what a facehugger is. But you know, up until the Suicide Squad movie just came out or whatever, I don't think a lot of people knew what Starro was. So now everybody, whenever you mention Starro, is like...
I understood that reference.
But movie references aside, man, this figure looks awesome. And I gotta say, that flocking really looks awesome. As you can see, they didn't flock the joint there, so that's good. You don't have to worry about it all scraping off. Man, this looks so good. I love how the flocking stops there. That is so amazing. Now, aside from the hands, the feet, and the head, I believe this is just a reuse of the King Kong Skull Island figure. And you know what? It works. I think it looks awesome. Now, he is really hard to stand up. I don't know, mine was. Even with those big old feet like that, his right leg there, I don't know if it's just really awkward. You got to have him hunched over or what. But like I said, if this is the King Kong body underneath all that flocking, well, it's understandable because he kind of hunches over all the time. Looking Looking at the figure from the side, and man, I love it. And did I mention a Fu Manchu mustache? Well, there it is. It looks so amazing. Now, the only thing that would have made this figure a little bit better is I wish his jaw was movable. I wish it was hinged or something like that. Maybe they'd have had to lose some of the flocking there around the joint, but you know what? Honestly, that would have been awesome. But that's okay. It's just a little thing I wish was there. And look how good this flocking looks. It's so thick on his body. It looks amazing. Like I said, it stops where his fingers are. It looks like he's got like veiny kind of vines there. Oh, that looks so good. Yeah, this is awesome. Looking at him from behind, and like I said, I love how thick that flocking is. It looks so good, and I don't see any bald spots, especially on his back there where he's been laying in the package. That is awesome. I love, too, how the flocking stops at the soles of his feet there. That is so cool. And like I said, the flocking is slightly affecting my white world here, and it is turning slightly greeny flocky. But you know what? That's okay. As for accessories, although he includes 6, none of them are for the Mossquatch himself. They are for hunting the Mossquatch. As you can see here, you get a Hazard Squad tranquilizer rifle, which includes 2 magazines. Now, there actually were 2 in the package. One was underneath the rifle. The other one's taped inside of the package. I'm just going to leave it there because they're identical, but that is pretty awesome indeed. You can see the rifle and the magazine both have the Hazard Squad logo, and that is really cool. Plus, I love the weathering all over it. That is awesome. Also included to aid in the capture of the Mossquatch is some rope. But let's not kid ourselves. This is string. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because Connor McManus is going to be happy.
Some rope.
Next up, we have a capture net, all folded up, which is exactly how mine is going to stay, because I don't really need to capture the Mossquatch. He's right there. But you know what? This is awesome and would go good with any G.I. Joe or any figure in the 1/12 scale. This is so cool. Last up for the accessories is this really cool crossbody equipment sling with rifle holster, and this thing is pretty darn awesome. Now what you're supposed to do is use these little Velcro straps here to strap down the net and the rope. There's a little pocket there for the extra magazine for the rifle, and speaking of the rifle, it slides in all Ash Evil Dead style, and that makes it pretty darn
Groovy.
Now, if I had one complaint, I do wish it had a little Hazard Squad iron-on logo there on the back of it, but you know what? That's a small complaint because this thing is still pretty cool. Now, you're probably wondering, how big is this Mossquatch standing alongside 2 other Mezco 112 figures? Well, here he is standing alongside of Gomez and a Black Skull's Death Brigade figure. And man, he's pretty big, isn't he? But then again, on that King Kong body, he should be. Now, I don't think this figure is actually listed as a 112 figure because most of the 112 figures share a certain body. This is just considered, I guess, an action figure because it doesn't say 112 anywhere on the package. But you know what? Doesn't matter. He looks pretty darn awesome to me. So, there's my review of the Mezco Mossquatch figure, and man, this figure is awesome. Now, if you look at this figure and you think, well, I like it, but he's just a little too green for my liking, well, there's another version. You see, whereas this green one is supposed to go up against Gomez and the Hazard Squad, there's actually a black mold variant that's made to go up against Doc Nocturnal and the Phantom Knights, and you know what? That is awesome. So if you don't want one like this, well, you can get a black mold version, and you know what? I bet you both are equally as awesome. So, until next time, tune in for more food reviews.
Uh-oh, backup might be needed.
Hey, this is Nolan North. You don't want to miss Food Reviews. And I'm out.